Uh, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Khatami Rahmat, and I'm here to bring my lesson project for the subject of classroom management. Okay, so for the first part, presentation of the topic of teaching tolerance. Teaching tolerance means helping students learn to accept and respect people who are different from them, whether the difference is in race, religion, culture, language, ability, or opinion. Teachers do this by modeling respective behavior themselves, using diverse books and example in lessons, and creating open discussions where students can ask questions about difference without fear or being judged. The goal isn't just to stop students from being unkind, but to help them genuinely understand and value diversity so that classroom feels safe for everyone and the students grow into the adults who can get along with all kinds of people in a wider world. Moving on to the next topic, helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. Every student feels angry or frustrated sometimes. It's a normal emotion, not a bad one. What matters is teaching students healthy ways to express and manage these feelings instead of lashing out or shutting down. Teacher can help by staying calm themselves, since a calm adult helps de-escalate an upset child, naming the emotion out loud. For example, I can see you're really frustrated right now. And giving students simple tools like deep breathing, taking a short break, or talking it out. Over time, this teaches emotional self-regulation, the ability to notice a strong feeling building up and choose a better response before it turns into aggression. Moving on to the next topic, disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior refers to action that interrupt the flow of lesson or interfere with other students' ability to learn, things like talking out of turn, shouting, refusing to follow instructions, or distracting classmates. Rather than just punishing the behavior, effective teachers try to understand why it's happening. Is the student bored, struggling with the material, seeking attention, or dealing with something outside of school? Clear classroom rules, consistent sequences, positive reinforcement for good behavior, and addressing the root cause rather than just the symptom tend to work far better than harsh discipline alone. And they help keep the classroom a productive place for everyone. Okay, so moving on to part two, case problem solving. So problem one, Alex aggressive behavior. So how to deal with this cases? First, teach positive emotional expression. Have Alex name feelings aloud, like I feel frustrated, for example, and reward him when he expresses anger appropriately instead of aggressively. This builds a habit to replace outbursts. And then apply the process model. Instead of reacting in the moment, Mr. Johnson should identify Alex's trigger, plan a specific intervention, for example, a cool down signal or space, apply it consistently, then evaluate if it works, turning her response from reactive to deliberate. And then keep consequences firm, private, and consistent. Punishment should be quick, proportionate, never humiliating, and applied the same way every time, with a clear explanation of what behavior would have been better, and consistency only breeds more misbehavior. Okay, problem two of test behavior. Uh, so we will deal with the problem or the case with firstly respond immediately, not repeatedly. Repeating requests without follow through teaches student their behavior has no real cost. Mr. Smith should act decisively the moment of test behavior appear. Uh, Correct privately, not publicly. Calling student out in front of the class breeds resentment. Brief one-on-one redirection works better than preserves classroom climate. Then, plan intervention instead of reacting. Using the teaching process model, identify chronic offenders. Design a specific low disruption fix. For example, proximity or eye contact. And then check if it worked, adjusting rather than repeating the same ineffective redirect. Okay, so moving to problem 3, check disruptive behavior. Starting up, we use low profile escalating correction. Like Miss Henny's approach, lowering her voice, moving near the student, and only as a last resort relocating him quietly. Miss Brown can address Jake without stopping the lesson or embarrassing him publicly. And then hold a private conversation, not just public warnings, calling Jake aside to calmly explain the impact of his behavior and asking for his cooperation with support in return tends to work better than warning in front of peers. And then reinforce classroom norms proactively, revisiting expected behavior with the whole class, not singling Jake out. Resets shared expectation and gives Miss Brown a fair basis to hold him accountable, while staying consistent with how she treats all students. Okay, so that will be all for me. Thanks so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.